Do you know that as a registered nurse or midwife in the United Kingdom, if you miss paying your annual registration fee, you will not be able to practice as a nurse or midwife during that period until you get back active with your registration, right? It is that serious. Your employer will stop you from practicing as a nurse or midwife. This is why it is really crucial for you to know what to do to prevent this from happening. In this video, I'm going to share with you how to create your NMC online account and manage your registration. I'm also going to share with you how to apply for your revalidation in 2025, the best practices and the common mistakes for you to avoid. As a registered nurse or midwife practicing in the United Kingdom, one of the most important professional requirements that you will face every 3 years is NMC revalidation. So in today's video, I'll walk you through exactly how to apply for your NMC revalidation in 2025, what revalidation actually means, the templates that you will need, the fees involved, and how to gather your evidence, the NMC code and standards, plus the best practices and common mistakes to avoid. Hello, if you're a registered nurse and you're interested in migrating to the United States of America or to the United Kingdom to practice, then move closer. I've got great news for you. My name is Nurse MJ and I'm a registered nurse from Nigeria, currently practicing in the United Kingdom as a Band 7 theater manager. I am also licensed to practice in the United States of America. And based on my experience and the frequently asked questions that I have gotten from internationally educated nurses who have consulted with me in the past, I have put together these two amazing guides, the USRN Comprehensive Guide and the UKRN Comprehensive Guide, to guide you into successfully becoming registered nurses in these two countries. These guides are available to purchase on my website, proudnursemj.com. As an experienced nurse coach, I also provide one-on-one coaching sessions for either relocation or career coaching. To choose all of these services, kindly visit my website www.proudnursemj.com. I look forward to helping you on this journey. I wish you all the best. Cheers. Bye. Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Nurse MJ and I'm a registered nurse and content creator in the United Kingdom. I create nursing, relocation and lifestyle family content, plus I share useful information with you. If that interests you, kindly subscribe and turn my notification on for more. If you're a returning subscriber, alpha, say hello in the comment section for a special shout out in my next video. Let's get started with today's video. Make sure that you share this video with your friends, share it with your colleagues to help them stay revalidation ready. If you're preparing for revalidation, grab a pen and a notebook, or if you're a registered nurse and you're interested in this information, you need to be taking note. This video will save you stress and confusion. When I just moved to the United Kingdom and started practicing as a nurse, the first thing that I kept hearing that I kept hearing all around was revalidation, and there's always so much panic about it that I had to go in depth and read about it, like what's the big deal about this then. I should have shared this video a long time ago, but I don't know what happened. I just missed, I think I even shared the video, but I just couldn't find it. So what is NMC revalidation? Before I get into that, the first important thing that you need to do as a registered nurse when you move to the United Kingdom is to create NMC online account. This account enables you to manage your registration effectively so that you don't miss out on your renewal application date, you're paying your registration fee, etc. It's really key that you create this account. It's very easy for you to create and it will save you stress and confusion. So make sure you do that. It also lets you know when your revalidation is due. First, let me briefly explain what revalidation means. Revalidation is simply a process every United Kingdom nurse and midwife must complete every 3 years to maintain their registration with the NMC. And no, it is not an exam. It's a professional check that ensures that you are keeping your skills up to date, you're providing safe and effective care, you're reflecting on your practice, staying accountable to professional standards. Without revalidation, you cannot legally practice as a nurse or midwife in the United Kingdom. So this is literally designed to improve patient safety, promote professional development, and maintain trust in the nursing and midwifery profession. So here is simply how to apply. When your revalidation is due, when the date is getting close, you will receive an email confirmation from NMC. This is simply to remind you about it, and usually it's like several months before it is due you will get this notification. Your revalidation date is the first day in the month that your renewal is due. Let me put that again. Your revalidation application date is the first day of the month that you usually pay your annual registration fee. So let's take, for example, my renewal date is the 29th of September. So it means that submitting my application for revalidation is the 1st of September, first day of that month, and I have to submit and make payment by this date. So all you need to do first is to log into your NMC online account. Okay, you will find your revalidation application option under my registration. Check your renewal date. Applications open at least 60 days before your revalidation is due, but please do not leave it until the last minute. So gather your evidence and we will break this down shortly. Complete the online form. You'll be asked to confirm that you meet the requirements. You do not need to upload any document at all, but you will need to provide the details of your confirmer, the person who did your reflective discussion. They could be the same person. It could be the same person doing your confirmation and also doing your reflective discussion. So you're going to then submit and pay your annual fee, and it's currently £120 per year. It is the same fee that you normally pay every year for your registration renewal. And then you will receive an email once you have submitted your revalidation that it has been approved from NMC. So now let us talk about your revalidation requirements. So to revalidate, you must provide evidence that you have 450 practice hours, and if you have dual registration, that will account to 900. Okay, and do not panic when you hear 450 practice hours. If you work full-time, then you are covering that hour. So you're also going to provide 35 hours of CPD, which is your continuing professional development, and in this, you have to have at least 20 hours that are participatory learning. So let me just explain this a bit. Your CPD is all your study days, you know, your online training, your conferences, seminars, workshops. They all count and give you some CPD hours. Okay, the participatory part of it is the part where you are actively involved in that training. So you are not just reading a book online or just reading some online trainings like we normally do. There's practice hours involved. Maybe you had to do some discussion in a group, you know, you went for that conference, you were participating, you were actively involved in it, then that is your participatory hours. Okay, so you're also going to provide 5 pieces of written reflections, and they have to be linked to the NMC code. Okay, you're going to provide 5 pieces of feedbacks as well. This could be verbal or written in whatever form, from your colleagues, from your patients, from your managers, etc. A reflective discussion with another NMC registrant, a health and character declaration that you will do when you're doing the online application, and then confirmation from your line manager or your confirmer. It could be anyone. Another thing that gets people fixed or stuck is that they think that it has to be their line manager or it has to be someone extraordinary to be their confirmer or to do their revalidation as a whole with them. As long as it's a registered nurse or midwife with NMC, they can sign off your revalidation or do your revalidation with you. Any NMC registrant can do your revalidation with you. Okay, where it gets a bit tricky is NMC doesn't say you should submit anything or upload any of this revalidation document, but I think randomly they pick people who need to provide extra evidence and they might need to submit their portfolio. However, I think based on some experience or some feedback I've gotten from some nurses, is usually if the person or revalidating you is not an NMC registrant, then they might need further evidence from you, if you get what I mean. So it doesn't mean that they think that you haven't done things right or they think that you've done things, you're not meeting the standards. They just want to ensure that everything is being covered. Okay, the NMC codes and standards, because when you are revalidating, you need to be linking your evidences with the NMC codes and standards. And the NMC code is a set of professional standards that all nurses and midwives and nursing associates must follow. It literally covers 4 key principles. One is to prioritize people, practice effectively. You need to make sure that you're keeping your skills and knowledge up to date, preserve safety, working within your own limits and raising concerns when necessary, promote professionalism and trust. So the NMC standards of proficiency build on this code and outlines the skills, knowledge and behaviors that you need to deliver safe and effective care. And when writing your reflections, you must link them back to one or more of these standards. It's very, very important that you do that. Okay, and on the NMC's website there are available templates, free templates that will help you to organize your evidence. Okay, there's a practice hours log, there's a CPD log, practice related feedback form, there's a reflective account form, there's a reflective discussion form. Make sure that you download them from NMC's website. Okay, using the official NMC templates makes your submission clear, it makes it professional, and also it makes sure that you're compliant. Okay, so once you go to Google, type in NMC revalidation and then click on forms and templates, and there are also examples available, free examples to guide you through filling your templates. Now there are 2 ways to do this. Either you download the templates and then fill this online, fill all the details that you've gathered over the last 3 years online, your reflective account, your feedback, your practice hours, CPD, etc. Fill them on the form, edit it on Word document, and then save it and print it out and put it in your portfolio to give it to your confirmer. Or you print out these forms, fill it by hand, and then you go back and type it and give it to your confirmer. But the best and easiest way to do it is actually to gather all of these evidences around and then type them into the templates online, like on your desktop or on your laptop. Okay, and then print it out, put them in your portfolio that you have kept all through the years with your feedbacks, everything, and then give it to your confirmer. What is the best way for you to gather evidences? Over the last 3 years, they've given you enough time to gather your evidence. The best way is keep a digital or physical folder for all your certificates, your reflections and feedback. So as you have a whole 3 years to do this, so as you are getting all of these evidences, you are keeping them in your folders right away. Record your CPD immediately after completion, so that you don't go and miss the date or miss the hours, or you miss completely that CPD. You need to be documenting them immediately in your portfolio. Collect your patient or colleague feedbacks early, and the best way is if you meet a patient and they they compliment how you've worked, and they think that you're very great, they're happy to recommend you, they're giving you all those praises. Don't just take those praises. Ask them, can you please write a letter of recommendation to my manager, or review to my manager, or do you mind signing this thank you card for me, or can you send an email, or can you write me a letter? It could be a simple note that they just write and sign. It's not that extra. Okay, it could be, you could do this, do the same thing with your colleagues, do the same thing with your manager, and over the years you collect this and put it in your folder. Okay, make sure that you schedule reflective discussions well ahead of time. Organize your evidence by date and category for easy upload. The best practices is for you to start preparing at least 6 months before your renewal. Don't leave things to the last minute. Don't be like some people, even me, I'm guilty. Make sure that your confirmer is available. This is another mistake people make. Don't go and be fixated on a confirmer and they are on annual leave. I've told you before that any NMC registrant, it doesn't matter if they're band 5 or band 6 or band 8 or band 10, they won't ask for their band. They can fail this. Double check everything against the NMC code and standards. The common mistakes that you need to avoid is, and many nurses do run into problems because of this, is leaving evidence collection until the last minute. Don't do that. Some forget to log the CPD hours correctly. Make sure you record this correctly. Some of them don't link their reflections back to the NMC code. It's really crucial that you're linking your reflections to the NMC code. Some rely on workplace study days for CPD, ignoring online courses, workshops, or seminars. They all count. They literally count as your participatory hours. So all of your trainings over the years count. So don't be part of those people that they don't go to workshops, they don't go to conferences, they are not taking online studies. It's really key that you keep improving yourself and learning about the latest updates and the evidence-based practice. Some of them, they don't schedule their reflective discussion in advance, and I mentioned that the same person signing your confirmation form can do your reflective discussion, or the person doing your reflective discussion can sign your confirmation form. Okay, so make sure you don't leave things to the last minute and you get these people to do it on time. Make sure that your payments, I said it in the beginning, that register your NMC online account. Okay, that's the first thing you're doing as a registered nurse in the United Kingdom. You're creating NMC online account, and that way you set a direct debit for your annual registration, so that even when your revalidation is due, you know all of this. You can see when your date is due, etc. And once you submit your revalidation application, you're not even worrying about payment, because your payment will be taken the same time they take it annually, because you have set a direct debit. So you don't want to miss this deadline. So make sure you set a direct debit when you create your NMC online account. It's very, very, very crucial. For whatever reason, don't miss it. Keep your bank details for that. Keep it updated. Okay, and if you avoid these pitfalls, then your revalidation will be smooth and hassle free. Okay, the revalidation fee, like I mentioned earlier, is already included in your annual NMC registration fee, and that's £120 that you already pay every year. Okay, so usually over 3 years, that's £120, that's £360, right? But you're not paying this like £360. It's the same way they take it annually, £120 that it will be paying. So it will be taken, so there's no extra cost just for the validation. It's all part of your ongoing registration. That's everything that you need to know about applying for your NMC revalidation. You can see it's not that extra. It's not something that should make you panic. It's not just a tick box exercise. It's all about showing your commitment to safe professional nursing practice, and it's not a big deal, guys. So when you read revalidation, do not panic. Yeah, Do not panic. Everything that you need to do has been provided by NMC. Okay, if you found this video helpful, please like it, share it with your colleagues, and subscribe for more updates on UK nursing and professional growth tips. Make sure you drop your questions in the comments. I'll be more than happy to answer them. Thank you so much for watching, and good luck with your revalidation. Cheers. Bye.